What's going on, guys? It's Henry. In this video, I'm going to be revealing my other portfolio. I'm going to be talking about margin. I'm going to get right to the point because in the last video, I didn't get to the point. You guys were upset and I totally understand. I want to respect your time. So let's go into the details. So I have a TD Ameritrade account and let's talk about my account because I think diversifying your money across different brokerage platforms is really, really important. And later in this video, I'm also going to tell you about my favorite brokers. So I have started to diversify into other brokerage platforms. TD Ameritrade is one that I am using. And as you can see here, I am using margin. So something crazy about margin is that you can do it really safely. So what I do right now, for example, is you'll notice that I have $660,000, okay? That's how much cash I have in my portfolio. That's my portfolio balance. But if you'll notice right here that I have 158,000 in SPY, and then I'm also selling put options. Now, I am selling put options on margin. So this right here is about $40,000 times 20, that's $800,000. So this is literally $800,000 right here, which is more than my account value. So this is roughly 800. This is another about 200, right? So 40K times 5 is 200. And then this is just a covered call, okay? And then I have a little bit more here. So you can see that my account is very into the margin. But one thing that you'll notice is I'm not really using margin in a risky way. So my QQQ, my triple Q put option right here has a 270 strike price, and I am so far up. I actually just traded this today. And then SPY, I have shares, and then I'm selling puts on SPY as well. Before I go into the full detail of why I'm doing this, I also want to let you know that I am also using a different brokerage that I just started putting money into. So guys, I'm using MooMoo as well. I'm trying to diversify amongst different platforms.
MooMoo was founded in Silicon Valley and was backed by a NASDAQ-listed fintech, which has nearly 20 million users worldwide.
MooMoo is a hands-on brokerage. It also has zero commissions, and it also has option trading. So I'm currently under the option analysis tool. It gives you volume, it gives you volatility term structure, gives you volatility smile, gives you open interest by strike price, and I have just added $1,000 to the platform.
In many cases, Robinhood doesn't allow for trading spreads for someone who just signed up with a small account. And that's why if you're having issues with Robinhood, MooMoo is a great alternative.
And guys, for a limited time only, you guys can get 15 free stocks, including Apple, Tesla, Amazon, by using my link in the description. You can enjoy low margin rates and zero commission trading.
I am a big fan of MooMoo because it has an easy to use pro-grade tools, and the tools are free. For example, I use the price calculator a lot, and I think it's useful for option traders no matter if you're a beginner or experienced investor. So as you can see here on the right hand side, you have theoretical price. Here it says 0.11. What I really like is it says there's a deviation. A deviation is just something that's different from the normal. So the MooMoo platform is basically telling you right here that there's a deviation in the theoretical price. I also really like that they're listing the Greeks right here. So delta, gamma, vega, theta, and rho. This is an example of the price calculator tool that I use.
They're commission free as well as Robinhood, so that's really good. Commission free is always good. They're easy to use pro-grade tools, which are also amazing for options. They have 24/7 customer support. For me, that's really important. I've had a lot of issues with Robinhood because Robinhood actually froze my account for some time, and that's also why I was looking at other brokerage accounts, and that's why I finally took MooMoo up on their opportunity to deposit money, start getting free stocks, and also tell you guys about the opportunity of MooMoo. So this is what it looks like. If you have $0, you open up a free account, then you get a free stock. You deposit 100, you get 5 free stocks, and then if you deposit 1,000, you get a total of 15 free stocks. All right, guys, so let's go back into my TD Ameritrade account. So I have $660,000 in TD Ameritrade. I put $1,000 into MooMoo. I have a big Robinhood portfolio as well. And I just want to spread my money across because you never know what's going to happen. We saw that SVB Bank ended up collapsing, and a lot of people didn't get their money. Crypto's collapsing. So, the more you can spread out your money, the better. So I do recommend that you have multiple brokerage accounts, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm planning on adding more money into MooMoo and also having less money in Robinhood. Now, as you will see, my strategy here for margin is pretty simple. I am selling puts safely on companies like SPY and Triple Q. I really don't have anything else. I don't want to become a full-time trader or day trading or anything like that. I just want passive, consistent income, and that's why I'm selling put options that are out of the money safely. I'm also selling covered calls. Now this covered call would not be using margin, but the rest of the puts are basically using margin. And I'm using a significant amount of margin, but I'm doing it for out of the money companies. I'm picking a very low delta. For SPY specifically, I have a 391 and I also have a 405. Both these strikes are currently out of the money. The 405 strike is actually a lot closer to the money, and the 391 put is a lot farther out of the money, so I don't expect that one to get exercised. And currently I'm making $27, 5 grand, 6 grand basically, and then 4,400. And this has been very profitable. I've been doing this for a very long time, since I began trading like 8-9 years ago at this point. I have basically been using margin, not from day one, but after 3 years of finally understanding what I'm doing, I started using margin because I read a research report that basically said that using margin is very smart, especially if you have a time horizon that's over 10 years. So unless you're retiring tomorrow, using margin is a smart idea if you know what you're doing. And the way I do it is I sell very, very out of the money options with very low delta. And at the very worst case scenario, if it ends up going into the money, then I'll just close my position. If it doesn't go into the money, fantastic. I've collected some free money using some free margin. Also, you can see here how I'm using margin, but my full account balance is actually not being utilized. It still says that I have cash, and that's because selling a put is an obligation in my account, but it's actually not a position in my account. And for that reason, I'm also collecting about $100 in accrued interest per month, which is phenomenal because I'm using margin and accruing interest. And so my long-term plan for using margin is to continue to sell puts very safely, continue to grow my TD Ameritrade account, to continue using Robinhood, and to diversify into other platforms like MooMoo. And MooMoo has phenomenal startup bonuses, so I would say that there's nothing wrong with trying out the platform. Thank you, MooMoo, for sponsoring this video. At the very least, I would recommend you guys putting a small amount of money into MooMoo to try out the platform. There is a lot of tools. The platform is very clean, 24/7 customer service, and you get 15 free stocks when you sign up, depending on your deposit. So yeah, guys, I wanted to respect your time. I didn't want to make this video too long because every time I make videos that are a little bit too long, I do get some complaints, although some of you other guys appreciate it. So if you do drop a like, that will help me create the right content for you. So this is essentially part 2 of using margin. It's very simple. This is the account that I have. I put very little work here. I barely look at it. And honestly, it takes almost maybe an hour a month to do this because I'm going out to June 16. So June 16 right now, as I'm making this video, is like 6 weeks out or so. So I'm doing 6 to 8 week trading. It's very simple. And to be honest, I don't even mind doing 3-month trading, 6-month trading, because I want to focus on my other more active portfolios. And this right here is more my passive income portfolio that I'm just using margin. So that's the funny thing. Most people associate using margin with like day trading. I associate using margin like the complete opposite way. So I look at it in terms of like a mortgage, because when you buy a mortgage, you get a house, right? You're taking out a loan, and that loan is essentially leverage or margin. And that's the same exact way that I look at option trading. I look at it very similar to real estate. I'm not trying to day trade, swing trade, do anything risky. I'm just trying to make passive, consistent income so I can focus on being a coach in my Discord community. So I can focus on also being a business owner, helping people, because that's really where I get my joy. I do not get joy staring at my screen for like 8 hours a day. That is not how I want to live my life. I want this to be as passive as possible, as safe as possible, as consistent as possible. I'd rather be the steadiest trader in the world, averaging $100 a day, than making $500 one day day trading and then losing basically all my profits the next day. I don't want to trade that way. I want to trade for consistent passive income. So please check out my description for MooMoo. You can also check out my description for my Discord community. And as always, I do appreciate you liking this video, subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.